I'm often asked to clarify these roles time and again during the training courses, and it's hardly surprising really. During my career, I've seen so many variations to these job titles. What may be considered to be first line by one of your clients might well be deemed second line by another, and even call logger by another. But you need to be clear in your own mind as to how you are going to define the various help desk candidates who turn up for interviews. Here's a good, firm starting point when setting up the definition of these roles. Call logger. This is a non-technical person who exists primarily to verbally pacify the irate caller and then just create a ticket. They should be able to extract clear indications as to the broad nature of the problem. Either they will issue a ticket number at this stage or pass you on directly to someone who may be able to swiftly solve the problem. They will escalate the call to first line support. Of course, this is the first line of phone-based technical expertise which exists to solve the most simple of problems. Of course, what I mean here by simple is still a technical expertise level somewhat higher than the lay IT DIYer at home can do. Therefore, technical issues relating to desktop problems, peripherals, and things like that are handled at this level. These include problems such as, why can't I print today? Or my mouse isn't working? Or where has the email icon gone from my desktop? These people can generally guide you to safer ground on the phone by expertly talking you through a number of mouse clicks and asking you to reboot an inordinate number of times. In terms of qualifications, there really aren't any technical prerequisites to first-line support. You would just need excellent phone manner and ideally a customer support background from any sector. It would of course be ideal if the candidate has some basic IT knowledge and or certifications such as CompTIA A+, N+, or even some sort of Microsoft certification such as the Desktop Support Technician. But as I said earlier, they're really not always necessary. If the problem isn't solved here, they will escalate your call to second line support. These are technically more experienced people, obviously, than the first line support, and are able to crack the more tricky technical knots which you have managed to tie yourself into. Still phone-based on the whole, though some clients may vary from this, the problems dealt with here relate to more deeper networking and operating systems issues. This may well involve looking into the server itself or the database. These people in general will have no faith in your driving capabilities at all and will remotely take charge of your mouse and your computer without a by your leave through some sort of remote access control software. So these are technical people. In terms of qualifications, they will often have those mentioned in the first line plus a higher level of technical certification, such as CCNA, the associate level from Cisco, Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert, or Solutions Associate. Of course, if the problem still can't be solved at second line, you've really messed up, or the system is starting to wobble. Put down the mouse, step away from the desk, and let's pass this on to third line support. In most cases, third line support is usually as high as it gets in terms of technical support, and it's not strictly phone-based either. This is not a situation where they would be speaking to and explaining things to an end user. If the problem has reached third line support, it's probably a serious problem, and it's not one that's just affecting one user, but it's more of a company-wide incident that is systemic in nature. Think entire network going down, company's entire email system not working, web server going down, that sort of thing. So this is going to involve re-engineering of the entire server or redesigning elements of the network. This is primarily the level at which these people will work. They will be highly qualified and they'll have the relevant accreditations to show for it. So these will be IT specialists who in their next role are really looking to make the move into full-blown architecture, such as technical architects or network engineers at the very least. Here they would be expected to have quite a high level of technical certification, including CCNP, the networking professional from Cisco, occasionally even CCIE. There will be MCSE, and they'll have vertical qualifications reflecting things like voice over IP, cloud, or security qualifications. Now, there is a situation sometimes where they can't solve it. In this case, they would have to send it on to what is sometimes known as fourth line support. Depending on who you speak to, there are varying definitions for fourth line support. And of course, in most companies, this doesn't even exist. But for the sake of completion, let's go for it. So the two definitions for fourth line support seem to be: number one, either it's support that is provided by the manufacturer themselves. What this means is that the fault is even beyond the skills of those in third line, and you need to refer back to people who actually built the equipment. Or, number two, fourth line refers to very specialist support. And these are support people who are specialists in particular equipment or in particular applications, such as those people supporting dealer trade systems. Let's now finally just take a quick look at Helpdesk support software. Generally, the software that you'll see on CVs are products such as Zendesk, SysAid, TeamViewer, or LogMeIn. And all of these allow very sophisticated remote access. You might also see reference to the knowledge base that Helpdesk people use, such as Wix Answers. And so they'll have an internal wiki for solving problems as set up by the technical people. Generally what happens is that when a user phones in, it is passed on to first line. The knowledge base that first line tap into is as a result of all the issues that have occurred previously. Now, any new problems that are not in the knowledge base and that have been passed on to second line or third line support, when these new problems have been solved, well, they are encompassed into a document and then passed on to the knowledge base, so that in future, non-technical people can go through the relevant steps to answer those problems as well. So every time a problem is solved, it is evolved into an answer and put into something like Wix Answers. Well, there you go. Those are the help desk, admin, and support roles. I hope that's helped.